Yes.
Yes, I do have something in store for us today. Obviously, Week 18 is right around the corner, and then after that, the playoffs.
Thank God.
And since the playoff picture is almost complete, or the bracket, I should say, let's go from team to team, from conference to conference, and see who's legit and who's not.
Okay.
So let's start with the AFC, shall we? I'm going to start off with the two teams where there is not a divisional champion yet, the Steelers and Ravens. Do any of those teams stick out to you?
Neither are legit. I think, look, the winner-take-all games are fun because of what's on the line, but it's the same as Panthers and Bucks. These teams are complete pretenders. They're woefully flawed. We don't have enough time to go through the reasons, but I am saying neither of those are contenders.
I agree with that. I also have been seeing a lot of scuttlebutt around social media of saying that maybe if Lamar comes back, watch out, the Ravens will be scary. No. I don't see it at all.
No, because he stinks. Here's what I would tell you. I think 3 of the 4 teams with a loss would blow out the current regime. I think Todd Bowles is a dead man walking. I think Tomlin and company, this could finally be the moment that he goes. And conversely, if the Ravens lose, it doesn't sound like things are going real well between John Harbaugh and their franchise QB.
Let's move on right now to another division that doesn't have a champion yet. That will be decided this upcoming weekend. The AFC South, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. What about those two?
Texans, yes. The Texans remind me a lot of the 07 Giants. That defense can carry them to a Super Bowl. C.J. Stroud's a good enough quarterback, albeit the offense is limited. I think the Texans are by far and away the one team nobody wants to see. AFC or NFC. Look, the Jags, it's fun, but they live on turnovers. It's very similar to the Bears. You can't live on turnovers. If they're not +2 in the turnover margin, they don't function.
I agree with you with the Texans right there. I think that they are the scariest team, and with a lot of the other teams having some inexperienced quarterbacks like the Broncos and Patriots, watch out for them. And they're a team that, with this window, it's been a weird one, but they want to get it done, so I could see them doing it, and I agree with everything you said about the Jaguars.
Now, you realize the fact that we both like them, we've just killed them off wild card weekend, right? You recognize that.
Let's hope not, because if they are playing in the wild card weekend, which they most likely will, they would either have to go against the Steelers or the Chargers, and I think that they can win both of those games.
The Chargers and Patriots were my darlings preseason. The only reason I don't believe the Chargers are legit is the O-line. Harbaugh has done a fabulous job. I love Justin Herbert. That's a top 5 defense. But the loss of Joe Alt, the loss of Rashawn Slater, if you can't protect at a high level, you're going to have a hard time. They're just limited enough offensively. So I can't go there.
So let's add on to that, because you mentioned them, obviously, the New England Patriots, the AFC East champions.
They're a contender. I just don't think they'll get it done. But could I see Drake May doing what Tannehill did for Vrabel in 2018 and get to the AFC title game? Yeah, I could see it.
So I do have a team I want to save, and we'll obviously talk about them last for the AFC. But let's start next with in the Mile High City, the Denver Broncos, who seem to be the number 1 seed if things go their way.
Elite pass rush, elite front 7. I don't trust Bo Nix. And Bo Nix has had a very up and down year, and now he's on another downturn. You don't have good quarterback play, you're not going to a Super Bowl. I'm going to say no to Denver.
Their defense is very stout, and I think I know where you're going to answer, and I think I'll agree with you on this. Would you take the Texans' defense to carry them more so than the Broncos when the Broncos have a little bit of a better offense?
I would. Yeah, that combination of Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson is satanic. It's ridiculous.
So let's move on now to what seems to be the 7th seed in the AFC, and a team that a lot of people is rooting for because of their quarterback and thinks that this is his best shot at getting a Super Bowl title, the Buffalo Bills.
They're real. They're real. They'll break people's hearts again, but they're real. Look, the problem for the Bills, it always comes back to this. They don't have a number 1 wide receiver, and in the penultimate moment where they need a stop, they don't get it. It's just it's an Achilles heel, but they have Superman. They have a quarterback. Look, I saw Joe Flacco have the greatest postseason ever, 11 touchdowns, no picks, and he got $100 million out of it. If Joe Flacco can do it, Josh Allen can do it. Allen could carry a team with his greatness to a Super Bowl. I will say yes to them.
If Bills don't get it done, do you think Sean McDermott should get shot out of a cannon?
Yeah, because he's a bum. I wanted Sean McDermott gone when he employed Leslie Frazier, willingly. Yes.
So let's move on now to the NFC. Let's start with, obviously, like we did with the AFC North, since there's not a champion yet there. Let's go to the NFC South. Panthers or the Buccaneers?
The Buccaneers watched Liam Cohen and Dave Canales walk out of their building so they could employ a pumpkin in a turtleneck in Todd Bowles. Gone. Get out. Get this team away. Save my guy Baker. He's being dragged down by this franchise. No, neither are contenders. And the Panthers, please, how long are we going to do this? They look good, they look bad, they look good, they look bad. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, for that reason alone, I hope they don't make it, and I'm a big Baker guy as well. Let's move right on here to the certified 7 seed, the Green Bay Packers.
No Parsons, no chance. He's their version of Lawrence Taylor, J.J. Watt, Aaron Donald, you name it. The loss of him completely changed their season. Also, the loss of Wyatt. You can still be a good team, but injuries can take away your ability to be a great team. I can't get there with them.
Let's move on now to the NFC North champions. We have the Chicago Bears.
Nope. What did I say about Jacksonville? They
Turnovers.
live on turnovers. You can't, as a part of your game plan, chart out being +2 or +3 in the turnover margin. You can't. Once a generation, a team does this. Like, I think it was the might have been not the Greatest Show on Turf, the original one, but when it might have been the original. It was Rams-Titans Super Bowl that year. They had Mike Jones as a linebacker, led the league in turnovers, lived on turnovers, and they got it done. But I'm never going to back a team that requires that. What did you see the other night? If they didn't turn over the Niners, they couldn't stop them. Can't do it. No.
Let's move on now to the NFC East champions. First time that an NFC East team has won back-to-back titles in a long time. The Philadelphia Eagles.
No. Jalen Hurts, 0 for 7. He's had 2 games this year. In the second half, he hasn't completed a pass, and they've won. The defense is good enough. That offense is so broken. If you want me to say yes based on championship DNA, based on who they've been, maybe they've been bored, they get Lane Johnson back, I'll say yes for those reasons. But nothing I'm watching offensively has changed. It's broken.
See, and I think that the point that you just made trumps all that. Their offense is just not there. It hasn't been all season, in my personal opinion, and that's why, to tie it back to the Lions, made that loss a little bit even more insufferable.
Yeah, because they lost a real coordinator in Kellen Moore, and they ended up with Pete Petullo, or whatever his name is. The guy stinks.
So now we have 3 more teams to touch base on, all come out of the NFC West, and obviously a lot of people think that the champion will come out of that division. Let's start with the, as of right now, certified 6 seed, Los Angeles Rams.
Yes, they'll get Adams back. I love McVay. Stafford's your MVP. Yes, I understand. They've lost a couple in a row here. They're still the best team in football to me. And I don't think the seeding matters. They'll go on the road in week 1 and get it done against whatever garbage can they play from the NFC South. Yes, the Rams are an absolute certifiable Super Bowl team.
Cue up Rico's moan, the San Francisco 49ers.
No, it's a great story. It is. It's a great organization, but no. Again, they don't stop anybody. They don't run the ball real well. I just can't find my way there. Name the receivers unless you're an NFL nerd. Like, no. So they've had a fun last play schedule. I'm going to say no to it.
I agree with you on that right there. Their defense is way too depleted for my liking.
Don't ask me the next one.
And finally, your boy, Gingy,
Nope.
Seattle Seahawks.
No. Yes, but no. And no, but yes. My bias is you're never winning a big game with Sam Darnold. The rest of the team makes sense. McDonald's been fabulous. The defense has been excellent. They have a running game. They have a superstar in JSN, but it's Sam Darnold. But then I refer back to the rest of it, and I'm like, well, it's good enough. They go on the road and win, but it's Sam Darnold. Yes, but no, and no, but yes.
What's the punishment for you on 2 levels here? 1, if Sam Darnold leads them to a Super Bowl, and then the second, if he wins it.
I don't want to live in that world. I will fake my own death and move to Finland. I don't know. Dude, I just can't live in that. There's no way Sam Darnold's winning a Super Bowl. It's not possible.
So since we touch base on all the teams right now, Mike, we'll end it with this. Your prediction. What is the Super Bowl matchup, and who's winning it all this year?
Give me Rams, Bills. Rams.
I like that.
I'm just sticking with the Rams based on the body of work, not the last 2 weeks. I got to believe Devontae coming back flips the whole thing for them.
Hopefully. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is NFL Today.